Hey guys, got quick maintenance tips on troubleshooting the Delta-T. A few things here. Number one, you can always check and see if you're calibrated by finding a vein and then putting this on. Right now this is zeroed, okay? So I'm going to move those probes in real close, and then I'm going to find a vein there, and I'm going to put that right on that vein, and that should be within 5 points of each side. So I'm going to find that vein, and I'm going to hold that on there. See how that's within 5 points? That's calibrated just fine. That's coming down. So what you're trying to do is find this, the same vein, so relatively same temperature, and keep that on there. So as long as that's within 5 points, you're pretty well calibrated. Now, these right here, these probes, they should be sticking out relatively the same. If this is off to the center, to the left or to the right, a few ways you can do this. Number one is look at your probes. Make sure they're equal. Both sides should be equal. If they're not, you could either pull those out with this, just get in there and lift underneath it, or you could push it down. Now, Dr. Gohl was a big fan of the Delta-T compared to the Nervoscope, and the 3 reasons that he really liked it as, well, number one is the probes, there's only one probe. So that was a big deal for Dr. Gohl, because it's easier to keep one probe down than multiple probes on the skin. The second thing is they stick out. Dr. Gohl likes that because he felt that was a better contact, and finally he liked it better because it glides a bit easier because they have them Teflon coated. Now he also liked the instrument better too because just it's much more durable. Now the other point, if those are equal and you're still shifted off center, well, you can use a screw back here. Just be very gentle when you turn that left or right, because that's going to affect which side this goes. Now, when I talked to Dr. Carr, he told me never to adjust this. So I've never adjusted this at all. That's always been standard. It's always been here or the probes. Start with the probes first, make sure they're equal. Now, the final thing you might want to do is sometimes these probes will become very loose. Now, there, if you look down with underneath there, you're going to see a screw. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but there's a screw underneath there. And that screw is what keeps this tight. So I asked Ed Carr when I was having issues, mine were really loose, what I could do. He said you could send it back to him or you could just drill a hole. So what you would do is you would come here, you would find out exactly where that screw is. It's only it's maybe 5 millimeters in. So what you would do is you would just drill a hole right here and go right through. And then what you can do is you can put this back here, you can get right on that, you can tighten it up with your screwdriver, and then you don't have to continually send it out to Ed to get it all fixed up. I send it to Ed every couple of years just to make sure it's all good, but these things, he said they do not need much maintenance at all. The only other thing too is sometimes if it's there for a while, if it's just kind of hanging there for a while, or you're getting very odd readings where it's always left or always right, or it's really far left or far right, the other thing I do is check a battery. I got about 3 months per battery. When I'm using the Delta-T, I got about 3 months, and then after that I just throw the battery out. So I hope that helps on maintaining your Delta-T.